Hello and welcome back to MFAC Coaching. Believe it or not, it is that time of the month where I go from my September to my October Silk and Sonder. So if you want to see what I did in September and what October looks like, please stick around. So here is my September Silk and Sonder. You can see I added these little charms. So you're gonna see in this video, I'm gonna take off things that I added. All right, September's theme was balance. I'm gonna just flip through it quickly, show you what I had done. So that was my September calendar. Very simple, but I really liked it. I didn't realize when I did my pen test how much ghosting there would be from those pens. So you're gonna see quite a bit of ghosting. I used, well, I'll put below what I used because I can't remember off the top of my head what they're called. So you can see, but I did a little decorating. I didn't use the trackers. I'm trying to decide if I want to use the habit tracker again, but I realized that I just have a really hard time. Like, the idea of tracking is like you should do it to track to see what you're doing is kind of like an educational experience, but I get like this competitive, I've got to fill it out, and then I judge myself if I don't. So I had to take a break, but I might add it back. I had some trouble tracking my exercise. I worked out more than this last month, but yeah, just fell off the bandwagon, so to speak. You can see I didn't get some of this done. To do the balance log. You can see, same thing. Around the 10th of the month, it got really hot, and I just did not continue with tracking some of things. Because this week started in the last month, it was in the previous Silk and Sonder. Then here's the first week. I realized I could decorate down here, and this was I think a tree leaf, maybe a tree week was the theme. Leaves and I don't know, but it just so I love that I realized I could decorate down here. And anyways, here was the decoration. I did fill out the currently page. I used some different pens so as to prevent the ghosting. Then this theme this week was sky. And then this was the first week of fall. The first day of fall was this Thursday, so I did a fall theme. And then this was a childhood dreams theme, or just childhood fun. And the circus is always something as a child that you think is fun. So here's what I have done so far for the week. It is Monday the 26th as I'm recording this video, so I'll be using this throughout the rest of the week and into the weekend. And yeah, the ghosting doesn't look so bad on this page, but man, was the ghosting, you saw it. So, not horrible, but I was very glad when I noticed to switch pens. And let's look at the gorgeousness that is October. So this is the October. The theme for October is surrender. I really like that theme. For those of you who have never seen a Silk and Sonder, every month you get a little note on the theme from the creator. They define their theme. So to surrender is to yield to the power, control, or possession of another upon compulsion or demand. Interesting. So sometimes it's not the times you decide to fight, but the times you decide to surrender that make all the difference. Sissy Gavrilaki. So you get the whole year, and then you get the month, which I really appreciate that this layout of the month. I do have some stickers. I've pulled out some kind of calming, wellness, and a couple household stickers, which I will use to potentially decorate this monthly. This is where I tend to write down people's birthdays. Then you get the future log. So the nice thing is you can look at September. You've already got a lot of October written out, so I'll move all these October dates onto here and add anything else that I think is important. Then here's the November dates, which I'll add here, and then I'll start looking ahead to December. So this really helps me realize what kind of quarter of the year we're in, and the importance of December coming up, so I can start saving for Christmas gifts. Get your September reflections. What was your wins, your challenges, your favorite moments, what you want to start, stop, and continue for October. Your October intentions, which I will continue to change to like the big goals for the month in certain areas of my life. That just seemed to be, these categories are helping me out more than these categories and keeping me focused on what it is I'm hoping to either get completed in the month or prep for that next month. You have a beautiful mood tracker. I really do like it when it's in this format, the circular format. I just find it as something you can really decorate. Like you can make this into the shape of a pumpkin if you wanted. Do a bunch of oranges, peaches, reds, and pinks for your different moods and really make yourself like a pumpkin. But again, I'm at that. That has stopped really having a big punch for me, so I need to change that potentially. I could maybe change it actually to a migraine or a headache tracker because I have been getting a lot of headaches lately, and I'd like to try and figure out why. And then here's the habit tracker, which again, I'm trying to decide if maybe I want to just, instead of making sure I have 6, just do a few, mainly like my evening routine, actually doing it. I've been putting that off, let's put it that way. So we'll see. The sleep tracker, which I will still change to an exercise tracker. I will do the exercise, and here's where I say like what time I'm doing, the time of day, or how long it took. Sometimes I usually put how long it took because I do CrossFit, and so it can be a pretty short workout and still pack quite a punch. And then I just kind of write out like how I feel, how it went, and then give it a good scale. But as you can see, I've been working out even if I don't track it. So looks like they're always going to do a gratitude log or something here, which is great, but I have a whole gratitude journal. Surrender journal. What's a situation or circumstance that you are trying to deeply control but continues to present unfavorable outcomes? What's something that feels heavy, burdensome, or overwhelming? Describe this in vivid detail. What is it, what feelings it presents, and why it's top of mind. Okay. This seems to be a whole thing. Now you're going to imagine letting go and releasing this. What might make that possible for you? What might it create space for? What might letting go make you feel? So here you can talk about, or even do it in an image, as to what that release might feel like, what it's making room for. That release may be anxiety producing. So it's a good way to try and think about it positively while admitting or acknowledging what might be anxious for you. Write yourself a letter. What am I holding on to that I need to forgive myself for? Okay. A surrender poem by Emily Dickinson. Oh, these kind of remind me of the Pisces logo, but that's not the right month for it, but they're pretty. An acrostic poem about surrender, so you could write down what surrender means to you using the letters of the word surrender. Not a lot of U words, so that could be a little harder. You could just use the U like to mean you or me. The affirmation pumpkin patch. Oh, these are kind of cute. You could write down your affirmations in these pumpkins. This is a recipe for Moroccan chicken pumpkin stew. One of these days, I'm going to make all the recipes in these books and come back and tell you about them because, most of them sound so good. Some nice space to write. A little crossword. Okay, let's look at the riddle. Last month's riddle was, okay, a girl has as many brothers as sisters, but each brother has only half as many brothers as sisters. How many brothers and sisters are there in the family? There are 4 sisters and 3 brothers. All right, and then the wheelboard answer, this is billboard. B-I-L-L-B-O-A-R-D. Nice. You can tell I didn't do that. These are fun for me. I do like to do them, but I didn't. All right, this month's riddle. A is the brother of B. B is the brother of C. C is the father of D. So how is D related to A? Really having some fun with family questions here. So if you know the answer, put down, go ahead and put the response below. I like to do little giveaways for the person who gets the correct answer first. So let me know. And then there's some crosswords, which are very fun. All right, week 39. So you can see you get the entire week that is this week. Because here's today, in both, which is nice. So this is the October one. You get a duplicate week. So if you're someone who wants to change on the exact day, you can do that. If you're someone who wants to be able to start the whole week, you can choose. And I got it in time that I could have decorated this instead of this. But I like to do the whole month. I work till the end in this one and then move. So this duplicate week I don't use, but that's all right. I really appreciate that it's there. Then you get the next week. And so you can see this is what it starts with. Weekly to-dos. This week I want to feel 3 weekly major 3 goals, some more habit activity tracking, a meal planner, mind, body, health plan, a shopping list. I am loving. And I changed that to meals, just like what am I going to cook this week? Or sometimes just what's in the house. Feels, I do leave it with this week I want to feel. I want to try and feel cheerful this week. Yeah, so this I found really helpful. I put my books that I'm reading here. Already finished these 2. Here I use my focus areas. These are the areas of my life I have different things I need to focus on. And these are what I do in the evenings. This usually says evenings, but this one was pre-printed to say today, and that was good enough for me. I leave the shopping list. I leave the I am loving. Then you get the days of the week. You can have a space for like the one thing you want to focus on, place for the weather, and then a graph for below, which again, I change. I cover up this top part in different ways depending on my mood. And because you saw that in the flip through, like this one, I decided to like split it up, keep the days separate. Sometimes I'll decorate bigger. Anyway, I decorate the top, and then I split this bottom section into 4 sections. things I need to do, what I need to post or work on for Instagram, my schedule. So these are like specific events, places I need to be at a specific time, and then a notes section. And I do that same thing for the weekend. The weekend's always by itself on separate pages, which I actually really appreciate because my weekends are very different for me. And then again, I decorate these areas because the one thing just doesn't do me a lot. It's not that different from day to day for me. So I've just adapted. But if that works well for you, that place is there for you, and it's really pretty with the handwriting. And then they have a weekly place for weekly reflection, the rose, the bud, an emerging opportunity, and the thorn, a challenge, which is beautiful. I really want to get in the habit of using it, but I just haven't done that weekly reflection piece for a while. Then you always get the currently page with a quote. I still wish this was empty so that I could do some like decorating of this page based on the currently. So if you're listening to me, Silk and Sonder, that's my hope. But I do appreciate that they have it kind of already written out and you can write it down. You could also change those if you wanted. And then you get the next week, that next week, and then this final week. And because the next week is just that one day, they just put that one day there by itself to get you through the month with some notes at the end, which is really nice. But I will tell you, I will decorate to here, and then in the November one, I'm guessing we'll get the first week starting on Monday, and so I will move over to the November one by then. Then you get these extra pages to write on, little definition, and there is a referral program. So if you use the link below, if this interests you, it does. You save $10 and I get $10 if you use my referral code. So I greatly appreciate that if you do that. What I want to do now is see if just do a little bit of decorating with you. So I have this beautiful Planner Envy clip that I'm going to use to help myself know where I am in the weeks. So I'll just start that off. I'll go ahead and clip it to the second week, the first full week of October. It is just, oh, it's so pretty. Look at that, so pretty. Oh, okay. Thank you, Planner Envy. Then I want to show you what pens I want to use. I got these Sargent Art Bullet Fine Line markers. I got them actually at the grocery outlet. But there's 24 pieces. Never used them before. So I thought I would try them out, see how they ghost or not, and pair them with some fine liners. I always try to find 6 colors that match these covers. So this is what I have pulled out. Not necessarily perfect, but you can see like these are kind of grays and browns, and here the green. There's no real blue, but it's this navy color. Kind of see it, but also you can see it as the sky if you need. So we're gonna see how these colors are. I always try them out in the back. So I'm gonna just fast forward through this so you can see it, but put it to music so it is faster and more entertaining. All right, so after a little bit of trial and error, these are the colors I have decided go best with these mild liners. And we'll go from there. So this is what I will use throughout the spreads. The other things that I have are some tabs that I felt like really went well with the cover. So I'll start tabbing the weeks. There we go. That looks better. So then those are the weeks. Just makes it a little easier to tab through, which means actually I'll probably put this, I'm gonna put it with the October intentions. All right. And this I haven't really said much about, but it's kind of a heavier cardstock, which is pretty nice. So I'll go ahead and see. These are hard to get, these pens are hard to get a really thin line with, which is okay, but not my favorite. I was afraid of that. You know, the cover of it indicated that might be difficult. As you can see, like the fine bullet tip, but that's okay. Very fun. And I'm always willing to try things out at least once. All right, so let's look at my October dates and what I have from this wellness. Okay, let's do this the other way around. Let's start by filling it out with these dates, and then we'll decorate around it. Start with this orange. I'm just gonna do this orange color throughout. All right. There may be some other things that have come up that are not yet on this, my log, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can do just a little decorating while we're here. I think the colors, like these pinks, are gonna kind of pull out here, particularly if I can stick with the foil, and it'll be really good. This calendar starts on a Monday, which kind of always messes with my head a little, but that's all right. Excuse me, all of a sudden I got the hiccups. And you may or may not be able to hear the bells sing in the background. But I like this. It says, you can and you will. Always good for me to be reminded of. I love these little arrows. Yeah, I don't know what to do with them, but I really enjoy them. Oh, me time. Ooh. This says, cultivate kindness. I just think that's such a good reminder. Go ahead and stick that right there in the middle. We'll see, maybe one more thing if I find it, and if not, that's okay. Like this, you got this, girl. That's a possibility to put right down here. This is a great one if you are someone who likes to remind yourself when paydays are, things like that, which I could go back and do and add. Ooh, there's International Coffee Day. Didn't know that one. They wrote on here that it's Columbus Day, but I changed it to Indigenous Peoples Day. I like that a lot better, as Columbus wasn't the brightest. And, you know, amongst other problems with him, but I don't think we need to not talk about him, but I think we do need to remind ourselves he ain't the greatest. But I love the colors of this book because, of course, this mint green makes me so happy. All right, let's go back to this, to the you got this, girl. Call that a day. Okay. Using, of course, these same pinks and peaches. Love it. Oh, okay. So that is so much fun. Just a simple way to decorate. And I find it, if I keep the color the same for everything, it just really makes me like it a little bit better. Makes it cohesive. So then I'll just go ahead, I will add these November things, and then off camera I'll have to do December because I need my camera to do the December things. So actually I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera. But I would add these November things, making sure there wasn't anything else that has been added in the meantime. September reflections, October intentions. So this one I will quickly go ahead and just show you how I intend to adapt it. So a little bit later on, I'll take a Muji 0.38 and like connect these so they're all looking the same. But for now, that's what I will do. Let's see if there's anything else that I want to add just in terms of a little decoration. Signs to say this be present today. I think I'll go ahead and stick that in the advising. That's always something I have to work on with my advising. It's easy for me to need to do pretty much anything else. I love my students, but it's just easy for me to be focusing on really any of my other jobs. Make today great. Be brave. Says enjoy the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and put over here. Let's see, and we're inhale some courage for my coaching channel, as I'm still working really hard to get that just to be a little bit bigger. And when it comes to teaching, I want to remind myself to laugh often. All right. That is super cute. Just very simple. All right, let's see. The habits I want to track if I'm doing. Let's see. I definitely want to track my composting. And I want to track my evening routine. So I really want to use this as like, these are things that I really want to do and that I can focus on doing. I think for now I'm just going to leave those two things. If I think of anything more, I will add them. And then maybe I will do this as a headache tracker. If I have no headache, we'll put it in nice and orange. We'll really hope that that's where we go with. We'll go with, right now we'll just say small headache. Oops. Then we'll go with took meds. And migraine. And we hope we won't see any green. This is going to be my exercise tracker. Gratitude log if I do it. The surrender journal. Those are all great things. Let's see if there's anything else that I need to do. Oh, and then the monthly expense tracker is I do this as my like online orders. I don't know. haven't found a good, cute name for it yet. So I'll just write online orders. So these are things that might be recurring charges, but then there are also things that I might just order online. And I think that gets me through everything. So let's double check. Let's look how the ghosting is. That's pretty good. Not bad. Most everything else has been on stickers. Oh, but oh yeah, that is not bothersome, even where I, colored with it. So these are great. These pens are really great for that. Okay. So hopefully this really shows you how you can, really how adaptable the Silk and Sonder is. I use it as my catch-all, so you can see that I really definitely, decorate it, change it so that it works best for me. I have many other planners where these categories that you're seeing, like I have a teaching planner, I have a work planner that includes these these two things. I have a planner for my coaching, a planner for the podcast. So I do those planners and then I write down after I've done them what it is that I'm going to be able to get done, mainly during the workday, but also in the evenings in my catch-all. So that is how I use Silk and Sonder and my current setup for what will be October. If you have any questions, let me know. Any suggestions, let me know. And yeah, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button below. You know that's going to help me out. I appreciate you greatly. Have a great October, folks. Bye.